Howdy ESSM 406. In this lecture I want to talk to you about your final exam in this class. It's not really an exam, it's an essay, and it's due on the last day of classes, the end of the last day of classes, 11:59 p.m. It's a big assignment. It's a cumulative assignment. It's worth about a third of your grade in this class, and I want you all to do well in it. Those of you who started out doing well in this class, I want you to continue to do well. And those of you who maybe didn't start out that strong, but you've been learning, you've been figuring out how to do well in this class, you've been learning about how to think about policy, you've been learning about how to write better, I want you to demonstrate to me what you've really learned. So, how does this final work? Well, the final essay is a policy memo, but it's a longer policy memo. It's a more in-depth policy memo. It's a comprehensive policy memo. I want you to give me a comprehensive analysis of the problem that you've been studying all semester. Comprehensive analysis means I want you to tell me about the background of the problem. That's what you wrote about in your first essay. I want you to tell me about what kind of problem is this? Is this an externality? Is this a common pool resource? Is this a public good? That's Unit 2 of the essay. Of the class. I want you to tell me the types of policy instruments or tools that have been used to address the problem. That was Unit 3. Unit 3 was a big unit. We actually broke it into two components. So there was command and control or prescriptive regulations. There were market-based solutions. There's community and collaborative solutions. And I want you to tell me about the political strategies involved. So what you're actually going to get graded on, I need to move something in order to make sure I'm giving you the right list. Hold on a second. Oops. I moved too many things all at once, and now I can't see anything. All right. So I want you to start this essay by telling me what you think should be done. I want you to propose a solution. So in the beginning of the semester, some of you said, well, I want to study this problem and this is what should be done about it. And I said, wait a minute. You guys don't know very much about your problem yet. You don't necessarily know. And one of the things I've found from being a scholar is oftentimes we think we have a solution. We think we know what should be done. Everyone is good at being an armchair quarterback. But can you really come up with a good solution to the problem? Do you really understand what the problem is? Well, probably if you haven't done a lot of research, you don't. So I said, slow down a little bit. Don't take a stand. Now you've spent a whole semester studying the problem, and I expect that you might be able to offer me a really good solution. So I want you to start by telling me what your solution is, and I want you to tell me why. Why do you think this will be effective? What kind of problem is this? What kind of solution is this? And how do those two fit together? Some kinds of solutions are better for certain kinds of problems, right? We've studied that in this class. So I want you to tell me about that. I want you to finally tell me about the political strategy that you think the people involved in this problem should follow. It may not be the political strategy that everyone follows. You might think that one side in the two-sided debate or the three-sided debate that you've been studying is right. For example, in the past I had a group of students who were studying the conservation of bats in San Antonio. And most of the students came down, there was a development threatening a bat cave. Most of the students came down that this development shouldn't happen. And they came up with different strategies. Maybe the city should buy the land from the developer, or maybe they should pass a law saying that the development can't be built. Different strategies, right? So I want you to explain all that to me. But when doing that, I want you to make sure that you tell me the background of the problem. That's what you wrote about in your first assignment in this class, so you know about the background. I want you to tell me what the current policies are, not just what you think should be changed or maintained, but what's the situation right now. And I want you to tell me about the political strategies that have led to the current situation. So this is really putting together everything that you've written about during the semester. And you have your individual assignments and you have your group assignments, and I or the TAs have given you feedback on every single one of those. So you really don't have any excuse for not being able to answer any of these questions. You've gotten a lot of feedback. But now we still have a bunch of time before the final exam comes around, before you have to hand this in. So if there's any part that you're confused about, you should come to office hours and get that clarified so you can do really well on this assignment. Now, the essay is a lot longer than your previous essays. It's 2,500 words, give or take 200, instead of 800 words, give or take 50. So if you just cut and paste all your old essays together, first of all, there won't be a nice flow, ideas won't be well integrated, and second of all, it'll be too long. So you're going to need to figure out, how can I condense everything I've learned in this class into this essay? So please come to office hours if you have any questions about this assignment. There's plenty of time still to work on this, but I really encourage you to start thinking about, how am I going to put this all together? What do I really personally think should happen here? And how can I show that this is the best solution? And how can I come up with a political strategy to achieve it? So thanks, and gig 'em.